vehicle is a 2012 International with the Maxx DT. The complaint is hard start, no start, or extended crank. First thing that we're going to do here is we want to create a full report with the live data. So we'll ensure that all faults are logged before we have even touched the vehicle. Second, what I've done here is we have pre-selected the list of live data points that are pertinent to the engine starting. Speed, or RPM, fuel delivery pressure, injection control pressure desired, along with the actual injection control pressure, exhaust back pressure to tell us if we have an exhaust restriction, mass airflow to ensure that the engine has air going into the intake that is measured. Your IPR control is going to show you if you have an extended crank due to a high pressure oil leak. VBAT, extremely important. Then what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and record these parameters. But before we go in here and start cranking on it, this is specific to International, but we're going to run the key on engine off test. Test completed. Then we will run the output high test, leaving the live data running with recording. As you can see, it does not end automatically, and what this test is doing is it's actuating any pulse width modulated actuators, and it's running the fuel pump. I'm going to leave that run for about 10 seconds. And then back to back, you're going to run that with the low. It's okay to skip the standard test. We already ran that in the beginning. Intake air heater on an engine that does not contain glow plugs. The intake air heater is just as important. We're going to quit this test before it ends. It's already shown me the data I was looking for, and we're going to review that later. Then we'll go back to our live data. We will stop this recording. However, we're going to start another one right before we go to crank the engine. The one thing to note here is all of your key on engine off values. That right there, you can see the fuel pressure is just coming down from the output state test. Crank signal or RPM reading 0. ICP desired. This ICP actual sensor value is acceptable. Mass airflow, that is a desired hertz range for key on engine off. You will see it change when we start. Now what we will do, step out the vehicle. Hit record. And crank. Definitely an extended crank. end that recording. Now we can go ahead and disconnect from the vehicle. Go into our vehicle history. There's all the vehicles we've done before, and then we'll find ours. To recordings. Okay. Along with our full reports that we created prior to touching the vehicle, we are going to find our recordings. The longer recording, obviously, is the initial one called the key on engine off test. We're going to select all the parameters that we chose and graph them. Okay, so these would be our key on engine off test right here. You can see it turns the fuel pump on. Spec is, I believe, 75 psi in this one. Ran there. ICP desired. We would not expect to move on the key on engine off test, along with the actual ones. Come down here, you can see our IPR control for our injection pressure regulator. High output, low output, correlating to a drop in battery voltage. That's exactly what we'd expect to see when these lights turn on. So now we'll go ahead and look at the cranking. Okay, so here is the second we began cranking the engine. Nice, consistent, typically between 125 and 175 RPMs. Fuel pressure jumped right on, 75, looking good there. ICP desired, so I wanted to see 800 pounds approximately. And our high pressure oil system was able to get it all of that and more. So we know that the ICP is not the issue. Exhaust back pressure, less than 1 psi. I'd see the high spot still way less than 1 psi without restricted. Mass airflow sensor was a sensor reading the volume of air into the intake. Remember the 20,000 hertz? So that was key on engine off the second we began cranking. You can see here it started adjusting and is now accepting the air reading. Injection pressure control regulator. Typically, any high pressure oil leak you will identify in cranking. When you see this value go over 40%. 24, definitely not a high pressure oil leak. And extremely important here, often overlooked, the available voltage to the ECM when cranking. 11, 10 and a half. Stayed there all the whole time, so I know that a voltage issue was not the problem. Now, out of all of that, it looks like it should start. However, if we go back to our first recording, I'm only going to look at voltage for the battery here. Okay, so during all of our key on engine off high output, low output state test, the lowest voltage I ever saw was 11.4. Now, if you remember, we ran the intake air heater test. It was 180 amp intake air heater. There's not a battery on the planet that will maintain a battery voltage of 11.4 volts only for a second and then jump back up to full battery voltage almost while running 180 amp intake air heater. I would bet my toolbox that this truck needs an intake air heater. However, I don't have to bet because we can actually go in here, look at our cranking recording, and the pits don't lie. You really have no other evidence to support any other component being failed except for the intake air heater.